Alright guys, today's episode is going to be sponsored by Advanced Auto Parts. When you go in, let them know Busted Radio Garage sent you. Let's get after it.
What's up guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be pulling this ugly old doghouse off of Junkyard Dog. We're going to try to get all this removed and get that one in its place. And I think a lot of us would agree that is a lot better looking front end for this car. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. We've only got, I don't know, I think there's 10 bolts in total on the fender skirts up on the top. We've got the hood latch assembly, which is attaches to the nose on the radiator support. And I think within the inner fender wells, there are 2 bolts on each side. And then some miscellaneous stuff. And we should be able to pop this old girl off here, set it aside, and try to get that one put back on the car. I know myself and some of the other viewers have been waiting to get this done, and we can officially get started on the new power plant for this Burnout car. So it's an exciting day. Hopefully the car just does not want to fight us today. Last week was a nightmare. So we're going to keep digging and digging and digging until we get it done. I don't care. I know there's a lot of new viewers out there, and I appreciate it. A lot of new subs who've kind of jumped in on the channel to watch this build. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. So that being said, I'm gonna do this the lazy man's way. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's not gonna be a whole lot of handwork on this. I'm gonna get an impact with a 1/2-inch socket, and we're just gonna these things off here all the way around. Not gonna waste a whole lot of time with it. Now, for those of you that are the 300 owners that are looking for parts, I've said this in my other videos, and I'll go ahead and say it in this one as well. All of these parts that are still good are going to be for sale. So if you're interested in any of these parts, the fenders, all of this trim is all still good. The grill is still good. Marker light on the passenger side and all of that is still good. Body fillers are still good. If you're interested in any of this, shoot me over an email at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com. and we'll see what we can figure out for you. But I know this is some valuable stuff to some of you guys or gals. All this stuff is still good. I mean, it's not a whole lot of pitting. It's not bent or beat up. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, just let me know, and we'll work out something to get it to you. I don't want to slow down somebody else's build because, you know, of money. It's the holidays. You know, whatever we can do. If it's something you just live up the road and you want to come get it because you need it for your project. Now, this doesn't go out there for resellers. If you're going to come get all this stuff that I want to donate just to flip it at Carlisle next year, you know, I'm not going to do that. But if you're somebody that can show me you got a project car and you need this part, I'll give it to you for free. I don't want to slow down anybody's build. I know how parts are right now. They are through the roof. So we'll work out something. But anyway, all of this stuff is going to be up for grabs, okay? All right, well, this is Busted Radio Garage. Let's get after it. All right, guys, like I said, I'm not going to be too particular in how I get these bolts out. I'm not going to, you know, do a big tedious video with, you know, the old socket and ratchet getting these out. You know, like I've said before, I'm lazy. So impact, the best tools ever made, the Milwaukee impacts. This little feller, and of course the big dog. So let's get to taking these out. I want to get this front end off and get the new one on. Whew, these are rusted in there, people. Well, always need a battery. For some reason, all the rust on the car is on that side. I mean, this is clean. Oh, clean as a whistle over here. All right. That's how that side should have went, but it wanted to play hard to get. So let me see what I can do over here. Remove my battery tray. Might be able to build something out of that. That's not gonna happen. All right, need to get this hood off here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this thing weighs a ton. Let's see if we can get this hood loose. Get something to prop this old hood up, because she's gonna want to come crashing down. Let's see if we can have that broom help us out to keep from that crashing down and breaking the windshield or Lord knows what else. All right. Now the fun part, that's going to be getting that behemoth off there and over there somewhere out of the way. That hood probably weighs 100 pounds, would be my guess, right around that area. Might be able to just flip it up on top of the car. Easy. Easy. Perfect. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, I'm gonna spray these bolts down with some WD or some PB Blaster, because I do not want these breaking off in there. Because these are also attached to the fender themselves. Plus I need these hinges. So, see if I've got any of that laying around here, which I'm sure I do somewhere. Let's see what we got. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Here's some PB, this will work. Get these juiced up a little bit. A little bit of lubrication. Help them out. And we'll just let this cook for a minute. So when we go to pull these, we don't have anything break. We're gonna go ahead and focus on getting these removed from here, because I'm gonna try to take this off all in one piece. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure there's a couple bolts in each one of the fender wells, which these are pretty, let me remove my hood prop. These are pretty well gone. I mean, there's not a whole lot there. Pretty common for the battery tray to rust. I mean, a battery will sit here for decades and just, you know, rot all that away. But let's get this front end off. All right, guys, I'm gonna get these hood hinge bolts out. Like I said, I'm gonna take a little more care with these because I don't need them snapping off because I have to have these back. So I don't want to snap anything off. We'll get these out and we'll keep going. Well, I've got something that is just keeping me up at night. And I wanted to run it by you guys and see what you think. You can leave it in the comments below. So a guy got to thinking the other day. I'm gonna ask you straight up. Now this is gonna blow your mind a little bit. What do you think a chair would look like if our knees bent the other way? Yeah. Let me know what you think about that. It's just like, it's crazy to think the last time these bolts were touched was back in late 78 when this car was made. That's crazy. All right, that side is off. We're gonna set these nuts right back on here. And they're there for safekeeping. And we're gonna do the right thing and we're not gonna clean this up at all. We'll just put it right back on there. Not fooling with no pesky bolts around here. If you don't want to come out, we're cutting you out. Either way, you're coming out. Cool, got all these done. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this fender skirt loose. The other side's already loose. And we'll keep digging at it. Hang tight, we're gonna get this off today. What? Ain't no one to get you. No, we don't. All right, guys. We got all this up here ready to go. Got the hood latch assembly and all that taken off the radiator support. Just gonna leave it connected to the nose itself. Pull this all off in one piece. Got the wife down here. She's doing the more meticulous, we don't want to break it work, and taking off all the trim, setting it aside in case any of you guys need that. She's working on the driver's side now. We've got the world famous Burnout dog Penny down here today, hanging out. As you all can see, she's perfectly fine. She loves actually she hates Burnout. She cusses at us and stuff when we do them. You've seen the videos. So she's down here hanging out with us. We're gonna keep getting after it here. Next thing is going to be get this up in the air, get these tires off, getting all the inner bolts out, and see if we can go and get this nose popped off. We appreciate you watching. Hang tight. Here's all our new brakes we put on last year. So those will be good for this year. Everything else is rusted and gone and wore out, but the brakes are good.
It's moving as slow as you.
Yeah, that's as old as I am. It's sad to say, but this car is actually younger than I am. other new brake. What do they got? 2 miles on them? We'll keep that in there and just get the this loose from the fender. I think there was 2 down. Ouch! Did I hurt the brakes?
That's a good outtake.
All right. Yeah, there's 2 down here. No, wait a minute. There's the rocker. And the... Oh, I gotta pop this trim off. You get these 2 bolts here, and that's for the fender there. And then probably save this for somebody that's in the 300 club or something, because that's like really, really good shape. All right, cool. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and see. We got like 8 bolts in here. We gotta pop out. I'm gonna leave that trim on there for somebody, but this really nice piece of decorative trim at the bottom. I'll see if I can get this off real nice for one of you all. And then anybody that's like in the needing this part to complete their car in the 300 club or whatever it is, we'll work out something to get that to somebody, because I'm not gonna need it for here. All right, hang tight a minute, we'll get these off. I'm gonna go nice and slow. I don't want any of these to break up in here. I got them good and jizzed up, so it should. Ah, crap. Forgot to spray one. Will you hand me the PB blaster? Well, that one didn't have a washer on it unless it's rusted to the car. This one doesn't either. Now guys, I'm just taking my time with these. I'm not like, because I don't want to snap any of these rings off in here. The rest of them came. What you doing? Ain't nobody want no brown dogs. Ain't nobody want no brown dogs. We don't even like brown dogs. Yeah, that one snapped off. And the figures it's got a washer on it. All right. Whiz wheel this one off while I'm over here. This is real safe, laying on your back under a car on a jack with no jack stands. With a whiz wheel, cutting off a broken bolt upside down. Kids, don't try this at home. Did I get it? All right, that side is done. Come here. What are you eating on? Come here. What you got? You don't be eating that stuff. I don't know what that was. I'm really surprised that came out. This side of the car is the rustiest. Take it nice and easy. Trying to stay away from his car. Wow. I can't believe that one came out. These are just straight rusted up in there. This is the one that broke on the other side. them all? Wow. Oh, nope. Here's one more. It's like I don't see my collar. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Got them all but one. And we'll hack that one off. I think, yeah, we're gonna have, I'll have to check these two, but I'm pretty sure these are connected to the fender too. These four. There's that one. I think these two here just hold the wiring harness to the inner fender. I don't think, oh, I got these bolts here I gotta undo. What do you think? Well, what do you think? Are you gonna get a tool or are you gonna do something? Can you use a screwdriver? Huh? Can you use a socket wrench? Talk to me. What can you use? You wanna go do a burnout? You wanna go outside? Well, you're gonna hurt yourself swinging your tail around like that. What's wrong? Yep. Ain't nobody want no brown all around here, no they don't. I just had it in my hand.
What'd you lose now?
My rent, or my impact. How do you lose something you just had in your hand 5 seconds
It's over on the floor.
Find it. Wow, I can't believe that came off. See if we can get the other one. All right, guys, what we got all these bolts out in here that hold the inner fender well to the main fender itself. Now we're gonna be battling this trim section that runs the whole length of the car, which isn't that big a deal. I can keep it or I'm not. I don't have to have it one way or the other. I'd rather donate it to somebody that needs it to finish their project. However, it's just held on with Phillips head screws, sheet metal screws. That's all it's held on with. So I got to get at least this one and this one out so I can pop this back and be able to pull the fender out from behind it, if that makes sense. And then if I decide to keep it, I'll put the new fender back in behind it, sheet metal screw it back to Homer's fender and be done with it. But they're rusted. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill them out, get them out of the way, pop this back without trying to break the body clip that's behind here. And if that all works, which it's not going to, something's going to break. We'll do the same thing to the other side and then hopefully be able to lift this front clip off. So we're going to keep digging after it. I'll get back with you in a minute. Hang tight. There's one. I think that was both of them. All right, you know that, can you hand me a big flathead screwdriver? Thank you. One more. We should be clear of the fender there. That one clip might be holding it still. Right there.
You understand that's one piece that goes all the way down through there, right?
Right, but I just need it off the fender is all I needed from. Oh, I know what it is. It's on the rocker. All right, we're off the fender. That's all that matters. All right, guys, so we've got everything loose here now. I'm gonna leave this piece of trim just kind of sit here for the moment, but the fender behind there is all loose. So we should be able to just pull this out from behind that trim when we come up. And then when we go to put Homer's back, if I keep the trim, we'll just slide it back underneath the trim, sheet metal, screw it back in, and then we'll be able to save it. So we're gonna go do the same to the other side. We'll be back with you in a minute. There is no way in the world these are coming out. I can just crush it. Wow, I'm impressed. All right, so that'll come out with this, so we don't need to undo that. We'll have to take this piece of trim off if we decide to keep all the trim and put it on Homer's fenders, which I don't believe there's anything on there. Wow. All right, so trying to think what else. We got to get the 2 core support bolts up there. I'll take those out by hand. So, where are those at? Can't remember. I should have kept Homer's radiator. It was so much bigger than the 300s. Oh well, let's see. Can't remember where this is attached. I gotta get this one cut the rest of the way off. Oh, here they are. So I gotta get these 2 bolts here out. All right, guys, it's just a matter of like finding the mystery bolts that are all over the place because you can't figure out why this isn't coming loose, and then you find one bolt and it like the whole car falls apart. So, got 2 core support bolts that are back. Well, I see now I lost them here. Oh, right here. So these come off the grill assembly and attached into the core support here. So I have to get my big meat hooks down in there, get those 2 bolts out, and then we just keep like shaking and jiggling, shaking and jiggling, shaking and jiggling until eventually the thing falls off. So, I mean, we've got this pretty much good. I'm pretty sure there's a mystery bolt up in there somewhere, because when I done Homer's, I fiddle farted around with that until I finally found it. So we'll get to that here shortly. But we're gonna keep pecking along. We've got everything loose that we can find so far. Got my wife down here, like I said earlier, she's helping out with all the trim and other good stuff that someone may need, like, you know, all this has been removed. And I'm sure there's some screws in there we'll have to fart around with. And then getting that bumper off is gonna be a nightmare, because the idiot that was driving this car back at Indy ran it into a wall. Don't know who that was. But, cool. I'm just gonna keep after it. Get this off here and get that beautiful clip put on the front of this car. I cannot wait. Well, I felt the whole nose just drop. Or did you lean on the car? Why you gotta be so violent? Boys and girls, that's 30 years of marriage right there. You can pester your wife.
What were you watching me for?
Because I don't trust you behind me, as well. All I said was I love you. I need a breaker bar. What did we use for a breaker bar last time? I can't remember. Oh, that jack handle. All right, guys, we got her unhooked. Let's see if this bumper's gonna come off without being a booger. Score. It's like moving your wife out of your favorite sitting spot. Woo! I mean, not mine, of course. I mean, just in general. All right, well, we got the front bumper off. Now we're gonna see if we can get the rest of this front clip off, and we're in good shape. Hang tight. All right, guys, we got the bumper off. We believe we've got every one of the bolts out of the front clip. This one was nothing like Homer. Homer had the whole front clip on was held with a couple dozen bolts and screws and clips and wires and blah, blah, blah. This car, on the other hand, I'm gonna credit the designers of the 300 because this thing had 629 bolts holding that front end on and clips and I mean, you name it. And of course, as you know, half of them are rusted and broke and it was a nightmare. So anyway, got the bumper off, it's over here. There's some good pieces on that. Those of you who watched this all the way through, if you're interested in any of the parts, reach out to me at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com. We're gonna set you up and we're gonna see if we can get this old girl off here and start getting ready to put that one on. Hang tight. We're just going to try to ease it out, just sitting all over by that bumper. And just like that, boys and girls, she's off. Only 911 tries and 684 bolts, but she's good. Boy, she is rusty. Don't look that bad. Homer was worse.
Here, I'll tell you what. Flip that.
I don't want to do that. We break these clips, I ain't know where to put this nose on.
Well, how are we gonna
I mean, you that in and looked it up over the car. All right, you got yours where you're good?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna come around.
What's just look at
Yeah,
that?
that's it, that's it. Okay.
Wait, put it around here. Hold on, I don't have it under my belt.
Good enough. All right, guys. There it is. Doghouse is off. We got Homer's ready to slide on there and see what this is all gonna look like. But 76, 77 nose is gonna look a lot better on that car. But if you wanna see that, you're gonna have to stop in next week when we put this back on here and get ready to start doing his engine. If you guys hung out this long, I appreciate the heck out of you. I know there's a lot of new people in here right now that stopped in to see this build. If you don't know already, we have a Facebook group. We have a Facebook page. Obviously, we have the YouTube. We have an Instagram. And if you're interested in any free stickers, send me over an email at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com with your address information. I'll send that straight out to you. But other than that, guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.